Kundalini, the serpent that lies within the body of people. That is an interesting topic, isn't it? The idea of a power that can be raised to create much more powerful impact on the life of ourselves. It is interesting. But what is Kundalini? What is its importance in magic? And how can we awaken it? So watch this video till the end if you want to know the answers of all these things. Hello everybody, my name is Morpheus Darkson. I am a witch based in India, and in this video we are going to be discussing the Kundalini and its impact in magic. So I'm not going to be making this video pretty long, unlike most people. I'm going to be giving you guys an important lesson in magic and understanding of life. It is understanding magic by understanding the culture that surrounds it. It is by studying the will of a person. It is by studying the knowledge that we have gained throughout millennia by religions, by witchcraft, by other things, by stories. All these things give out ourselves certain lessons, and these lessons can be utilized to develop ourselves and to become a greater person. And Kundalini is rather on a certain thing that, while most people believe is very much Indian in origin, we can see its impact throughout the world. And there are different manifestations of the same force in various cultures throughout the entire world. And it's not limited to just India, or it's not limited to the Indo-Aryan race. The Kundalini is based on the idea that Hinduism always espouses, which is the idea of mirror. The mirrority is a very important aspect in the study of Hinduism, because the ancient yogis of India figured out that the universe itself is a giant mirror. By looking into it, we can figure out ourselves, and by looking into ourselves, we can figure out the universe, which is why most Indian schools had such a great knowledge of astronomy and space. It is rather interesting to figure out that the Kundalini is very much based on the idea of Brahman or Atma. See, if you look into the idea of the soul, right, the highest self, all these things have connections to Hinduism. It is the Brahman, or the Brahman is said to be the eternal source of magic or power, from where reality emanates from. It is a spool of power from which reality just manifests. It is, if we talk about in the Sephiroth, in Kabbalah, it is Keter, the unity of all things. It is the point where the universe has been manifested, and this is where the divinity of God just comes out. And Hinduism believes that when the soul, when the source had its power, when Brahman had all his power, it decided to mirror itself into humanity. When humanity was born, its power was mirrored, and humanity gained the soul. The soul, or the Atma, is said to be the mirror of Brahman, which is like the power of source is copied or mirrored into the power of humanity. We carry the same potential as the force that created the universe within ourselves, and all of us are unaware about it, which is interesting and funny. But the same principle, there is something else. If you look into Sephiroth, if you look into Kabbalah and how the world was created, we had Keter, we had the power of God, we had divinity, which spread into Hokmah, which is the power of the unmanifested, the vibrational power. And because it was unable to create something, it split and created the other spirit, Bina, which is the feminine spirit. And that's where the vibration was controlled by the female power. The female was very strong. It was able to control it. It is the female womb of creation. It is a yoni, and this is the lingam. If you know how I'm using all these metaphors, you can understand. If you're watching this right now and you understand this, then This is important. Listen to this. The same formula of the feminine, the Bina, is in Gnosticism, Sophia, or the spirit of higher mind, the wisdom. And it is interesting because while the femininity is very strong, it is rigid in certain aspects, it is also chaotic. Because of the powers that the vibrational gives it, it is vibrating to a certain extent as well. And because the unity, because the force of dark and light needs to have a balance, there needs to be change in the world. And that's why we call life mother. That's why you call it the female aspect, because the female aspect of divinity is the one that creates life. Because masculinity, while it gives the sperm, is not the main thing that gives life. The womb of creation creates life. It is a feminine mother. It is nature. It is Gaia who gives us power. It is now how it works then. If you're looking at this in a certain way, then you might be asking me, Morpheus, if Atma is a mirror of Brahman or the source, then is there something inside of us that is relating to the feminine goddess? Yes, it is indeed. It is the Kundalini, or what we call Sophia. So Sophia in Gnosticism had two aspects, which is Pistis, which is the heavenly divine part, and another which is Sophia, or wisdom, which is in the mind of humans. Humanity gained Sophia when it was created, Adam Azazel. It was the unity form of Adam and Eve when it was first created, Adamus. And then when they were split, the heavenly parts were split. And when the child Seth was formed, then they gained the power, which is Sophia. But Sophia had a heavenly aspect, which was Pistis, which is wisdom and faith. All right. And that's how it is also related to Hinduism, which is Maya is the feminine force of creation, Shakti. But Shakti has a mirror aspect, which is inside of us, which is called the Kundalini. There is this guy, Jung, Carl Jung. He had this idea of the anima, which was a female aspect that is living inside of us. And while it is true, the female aspect of us is kind of similar to the Kundalini, but they're different. The Kundalini is the, if you would like to say, this anima is kind of like the aspect of us, the higher self, but it is a female higher self that a man has. And the Kundalini is like the spirit animal. Like, it is sentient, but it is not the thing that you're most likely to communicate with and have intelligent discussion. And this is how the entire story about Kundalini works. The Kundalini is like this. It is very much sacred. It is living inside of us. It is the heavenly mirror of life. And because it is the heavenly mirror of life, what it does is that it transports us. And if you have a Kundalini that is dormant, and it is dormant right now because of all these weird things, you're drinking from plastic bottles, you're using my camera right now, it is made of plastic. The light that I'm using has plastic. It is funny. The only thing that is not plastic right now is my laptop and my phone, which is metal. And that is the only thing that I have that is not plastic. And it is harming us. All other things. Our society, if you watch my Master was a Slave Morality video, in this I have talked about how the slave morality is controlling us. All these things are binding us. Because life wants change. Life wants you to go out. If you're a man, life wants you to fight a woman and then have a child with her. If you're a woman, then life wants you to seduce a man and create a powerful offspring so that then that system goes on. And this is how your Kundalini also works. Your Kundalini is the gut instinct that you have. Even in its dormant state, it is how nature controls you. It is how nature decides to teach you how to work with it. It teaches you how to, oh, look at this, you were supposed to do this. This is how it works. It gives you your instinct. But you are ignoring it. You are ignoring your instincts again. And what happens in that is that it creates trauma for you. It destroys your life. Because you are not trying to improve, because you're not trying to follow the path of nature. You are not following the path of Maya. What you're doing is you are causing harm to yourself because you are not following her will. She's causing you harm. She's controlling you. She's making you lazy. She's making you not powerful. It is making you weaker. all these things happening because you are not following your true will. So the answer to all your problems is figure out your fucking true will and do it. What it is, my true will is to teach. So when I teach, my powers start to become more manifested. When I start to teach, I feel more vibrant. I feel the vril inside of me. I feel the vitality of manhood and all these things. You might have something else. Your true will might be different. But when you do that, when you figure it out, then your life changes to a higher level. So in the end, what can we do? Figure out your Kundalini, figure out how to utilize it, and figure out your true will. All these things are what matters, man, at the end. And I'm tired. I'm not going to be explaining more things because I don't think you need it right now. If you want to figure out how to open up your Kundalini, then you can join up my Patreon, and where I'm going to be holding special classes to practice Kundalini awakenings. So if you want to watch that, join my Patreon in the first link below. So I will see you guys in my next video. And if you want to watch a video on Nietzsche's morality, your master was a slave morality that is controlling you, then watch the video that is on your screen right now. And I will see you guys in my next video. So goodbye, have a great day, and take care.